This is a KTAB Your Weather Authority Severe Weather Update, sponsored by Briarcroft Roofing.
Good afternoon. This is a special report from KTAB News, coverage you can count on. I'm Bob Barkley.
And I'm Stacy Lopez. Severe weather strikes the big country. We have team coverage from the KTAB News and weather departments. It's
live at noon, and for the first time ever, an apparent tornado has struck inside the Abilene city limits. The National Weather Service has not confirmed a tornado. At the moment, the Weather Service is calling it straight-line wind damage, but they will send out an inspector to officially call it a tornado. KTAB News has spoken with several people who say they saw a tornado. Damage is widespread from just outside Dyess Air Force Base to around South 7th and the Winters Freeway, across the freeway into the neighborhood there, and then through North Abilene. Heavy rain and high wind worked its way to Lake Fort Phantom Hill and then into Shackelford and Stevens counties.
Many homes and businesses are affected, although the exact number of homes damaged is still being counted. Abilene Police and Fire were going door to door in the affected areas to check on anyone who may be in a damaged home. So far, several people who were trapped inside their homes have been rescued. We have no reports of severe injuries. Of course, we have team coverage of what happened, but first we need to check in with Chief Meteorologist Sam Nichols on where the storms are now and whether any more are coming this way. Sam?
All right, let's take a look at the line of thunderstorms right now, rapidly moving to the north and east. We have one severe thunderstorm warning that expired at noon. It has not been reissued, and it's finally nice to see a clean Max Live radar without any yellow or red polygons. That is refreshing for a change. We still have some strong thunderstorms that are going on. The last severe thunderstorm warning that was cleared at noon.
Fine. Didn't get her passing out water. Oh, there she is. Okay.
Brown and Coleman counties until 2:45. So that's the next concern that we have, guys, until we get to Monday. We have already designated Monday as a weather alert day, and I thought I might as well tell you and get you prepared, especially for the folks that are having damage to take care of with roof damage. This is the convective outlook for Monday into Tuesday early morning. And Bob and Stacy, it looks like another late afternoon, Monday night, overnight into Tuesday morning affair. Look at the big swath of the enhanced risk, which means numerous severe storms are expected. And then we have, for the first time this spring, a moderate risk just across the northern portion of King and Knox County, and that's even heightened risk area. And the area of the enhanced risk goes all the way to southern Runnels County, and then down through the heartland. It is already a slight risk, which means scattered severe storms. Same characteristics we've had with this round: large hail, damaging winds, isolated tornadoes, and flash flooding. Monday through Tuesday morning, guys, looks awfully rough. And we'll be here to take care of you with that. Just want to give you a heads up. Unfortunately, not a good day Monday through Tuesday morning.
Well, Here we go again. Thank you, Sam. You talked about overnight Friday into Saturday all last week, so we'll see what happens on Monday into Tuesday. And we'll check back with Sam in just a few minutes. But this is video shot from a drone by one of our KTAB viewers. We wanted to give you an overview. That's starting at South 7th and the Winters Freeway of South 7th and Danville. That's the nursing home on the corner there. And this is going northeast, and you can see that it's tracking through the area. You see lots of folks outside and checking for damage. And then as it continues, we can see more of that damage coming into view, and you can see that there is roof damage on most of those homes, and that gets blown around a lot and is that's very dangerous. So this is heading northeast. We're continuing. This is probably about North 5th, and emergency vehicles are in the area. You can see when this video was shot, which was about an hour and a half ago, that all...
Well, I think, you know, it hit Abilene around 5:45 this morning, and KTAB's Victor Sotelo and our photographer Isaiah Guerrera has been out all morning surveying damage in our area. Victor joins us now with a live look. Victor, what are you seeing out there?
Yeah, we're at South 6th and Bowie. We were here earlier this morning and we showed you all the damage. Very different scene now. Turn over this way. You can look at all the people that are pitching in just to help out. I don't know if you remember, if you were watching this morning, we talked to the woman who was in this house at the time that the storm came through, and she was standing in front of just a pile of debris from her house. That debris now is being picked up by volunteers, people who have just walked up and started to help. Of course, the city has big equipment, heavy equipment out here as people are putting all the debris on the curbside. The heavy equipment is coming and picking it up and then hauling it away. I overheard one woman talking to the person who lives in this house here and said, do you know all these people? And she said, no, I don't know any of these people. They just came to help. There's something I do want to point out. Isaiah walked this way, and it was pointed out to me just a few minutes ago, and it's just an example of how fast this wind was blowing and how much suction was on this. But if you look down here, we're actually walking on, you can't tell, on wet insulation, because just of all the insulation that was sucked out of the houses. And then check out this telephone pole right over here. If you look on the side of that telephone pole, you can see the insulation stuck to one side of that telephone pole. Again, just an example of how much wind was involved here on this block on South 6th. This seems to be one of the places that got the most damage right now, and they're also one of the places who is getting the most help. Again, when we got here, we just saw a group of people walk up and just start helping. They said they've already cleared out one house. They're starting on the next. Let's see if we can go talk to any of these people here. We're gonna walk up this way. They're pretty busy. Oh, why are you running away? Ma'am, can I talk to you real quick? Now, you were really too distraught to talk earlier today.
I know.
Tell me how you're feeling now. I mean, with all these people, do you know any of these people?
Well, a lot of it's our family, but I don't know all of them, that's for sure. There's just people that came. I think they seen Facebook Lives and came over here, but I don't know. I don't know all these people.
I guess it's kind of a good feeling to know that people are willing to do this.
Yes, I'm quite surprised. I'm glad they're all here to help.
Tell me about this morning. You were in this house when the storm came through. What time was it?
Probably about 5:30, 5:45, somewhere around there.
That time. Tell me what happened, what you heard.
Well, my husband is diabetic, so he was having a diabetic dive, so that's why we were awake. And it started raining, and after I got him stabilized, I was going to go back to sleep. And I turned on the Weather Channel to look, and I thought, well, that's just rain. It didn't look anything bad, so I went back to sleep or lay down. And then I started hearing the winds and the rain. And so I came to my front door, and I looked straight out, right there where that little circle is. And I seen a tornado.
You saw the tornado?
I saw the tornado. It was definitely a tornado.
You were looking out your front door,
Yes.
and you looked in that direction where the
Yes.
circle or where that church is.
Yes.
And what did you think when you saw it?
I screamed tornado and woke everybody up in the house, and we went into the bathroom. My husband was in the back part of the house, and my grandchildren and my daughter were coming to the front of the house to get in the bathroom with me. And by the time she got in the hallway, it had already devastated. I mean, it pushed in the whole house, pushed my car into my garage, into their motorcycle, devastated her car, my husband's truck.
So when you saw the tornado over there, it was coming in your direction?
Yes, yeah, it was coming straight for us. I seen it. So it wasn't straight line winds.
Well,
it was
that's what they're
definitely
saying.
tornado.
They're saying straight line winds, but you
No.
saw a tornado.
I saw the tornado.
Wow.
I saw it.
That is. What's your name, ma'am?
Nicole Chevry.
Nicole Chevry. Spell your last name for me.
Chevrie.
Well, Nicole, we're glad you're okay.
Me too, thank you.
All right. Well, you heard it. She says she saw a tornado this morning when she saw the rain, and then looked out her front door and looked in this direction over here, and she says she saw a tornado coming straight for them, and they got into the hallway. All right, reporting from South Abilene, I'm Victor Sotelo. Back to you in the studio.
All right.
All right, Victor, thank you very much. And I believe the church they're talking about is Our Savior's Lutheran Church, which is on the corner of South 7th and Danville. So the tornado coming from the church directly towards her. That's an amazing story. And just the number of people that are turning out and
There's so many.
volunteering to help. But the organization of the city to coordinate all of the people, all of the emergency first responders, it's because you plan for it.
Plan and practice for it, and they have. And
That's
it
why
shows
they
you
do
know
these
what they're doing.
rehearsals, so they're ready for it. Well, as we said, we have 360 team coverage, and right now we're checking in with KTAB's Mercedes Hernandez with another look at damage and the victims affected by it. Mercedes joins us from the area of Don Juan in West Abilene. Mercedes?
Hey there guys, I'm standing out here on the 4200 block of Don Juan Street where earlier this morning, just a few hours ago, strong winds ripped through this neighborhood. You can see this tree behind me, so tall, ripped right down. Crews behind me right now working to cut down trees all along this street into pieces that they can later move and residents can dispose of. Now, just a few hours ago, I spoke with people who in the early hours of the morning were woken up by strong winds, having to hide in their closets for just about 10 minutes.
It started throwing everything, and it just blew the windows, everything just knocked us up into this side of the house, and we stood in the closet until after it was done.
But for now, crews are working to clean up the mess and residents are working to recover. In Abilene, with coverage you can count on, Mercedes Hernandez, KTAB News. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Mercedes. Great work out there. Of course, our team is doing a great job there on the ground. And Bob, you know, Abilene is not the only place hit by storm damage. This is video from Ballinger of a confirmed tornado. Of course, we appreciate our viewers sending in video just like this. There's also reports of flooding in Ballinger as well. And as Sam mentioned earlier, Coleman also had a confirmed tornado. We are working to get more reports from those big country communities. And the storms tracked through Jones, Haskell, Shackelford, Callahan, Coleman, Eastland, and Brown counties. And there have been a lot of reports of water over roads across the entire big country and the heartland.
Yeah, everybody, well, most everybody got a little something. I'm not sure about to the in the Snyder area in Colorado City. Not sure what happened out there, but everybody in the eastern 2/3 of the big country and heartland did get some rain, lots of flooding of roads, and 2 or 3 tornadoes possible, still to be confirmed by the National Weather Service.
In Coleman County, not exactly in Coleman, but in that vicinity there.
Right. and near Ballinger. We continue our 360 coverage of storm damage, going now to KTAB's Nathan Grieve, who spoke with Abilene city officials. Nathan?
We're on Pioneer Drive right here at the Pioneer Drive Baptist Church parking lot. This is actually the staging area. It's not the only one. Actually, the command center down the way a little bit, but this is a staging area for the city of Abilene, all of their efforts as they recover. Now, we've also had the chance to stop by Abilene City Hall in their emergency preparedness area in that conference room as the remainder of the city officials are actually gathering together to road map out this road to recovery, so to speak. They're trying to determine the best way to move forward, but right now on location, police, maintenance crews, all gathering, just trying to batten down this area, figure out exactly how to proceed. Also, a lot of volunteers joining over here. They're all being asked to, if one thing that the city mentioned, if volunteers have a specific skill set, they are asked to arrive, let officials on scene know what that skill set is, see how they can best help out. And also, one thing that we've also noticed around here, a lot of other people helping out in terms of just making sure that all these first responders, these volunteers, are comfortable. We've seen one gentleman with donuts passing them around, making sure that everyone's well fed. Certainly everyone's been awake early throughout the day, and they've got a lot of work ahead of them still to come throughout this day. For now, on Pioneer Drive, Nathan Grieve, KTAB News. Back to you.
Lots of organization going on, lots of people coming out, including businesses and churches.
They definitely are. And I know First Baptist Church, the City Light Ministries, is serving food right now for really anyone. We also know Hef's is offering food, the Alfonso Bakery offering some stuff to first responders. So it's really great to see the community come together.
Salvation Army going through the area with their mobile and providing first responders with food and drink to get through the day, because now all of a sudden the sun is shining and so it's warming up. It's going to be humid, so it's going to be a difficult day.
All right. We also heard from Mayor Anthony Williams and Emergency Crisis Coordinator Jim Bryant to get the latest word from the city and what they need in terms of help.
We would like to ask them to show up if they have a skill set that we need rather than just showing up.
I did sign a declaration of disaster earlier that will provide an opportunity, if needed, down the road to possibly secure funds from the state and also the federal government.
And the city leaders telling us what is in the future for those people, and there are hundreds, when you count all the members of the family that are being affected by this, even though we don't know the exact number of homes that were damaged, but you could see how much has been going on out there. Sam, you've been tracking all of this since about last Tuesday. What's the latest that we have now, other than looking out for Monday night into Tuesday?
Things have calmed down a great deal across most of the area. The heavier thunderstorm activity is moving over towards the Metroplex, but let's take a look through the heartland. Still hard rain in Comanche County, not so much in Brown County, but we go further south. We still have down by Brady and McCulloch County some heavy rain and stormy activity that we're keeping an eye on, because our viewers down in Goldthwaite and Comanche, this could be coming your way, might even skirt the far south and eastern portions of Brown County. So we're keeping an eye on that for you. We still have 4 counties in a tornado watch. Eastland County has just been dropped, but Coleman, Brown, Comanche, and Mills, you're all involved still in a tornado watch until 5 o'clock this afternoon. And speaking of that, the tornadoes that we've had earlier, we had that confirmed tornado near Ballinger, and that also near Silver Valley in northwestern Coleman County. And again, tornado warnings went as far up as central Callahan County. But right now, flood warnings are a problem. Till 12:45, Callahan, Brown, Coleman, Runnels County, a flood warning, and then a flood advisory until 2:45 for Coleman and Brown County. Over 2 inches of rain has fallen in these areas. They have really been saturated. And as you mentioned, Bob, I have to show the convective outlook for Monday and Tuesday. Monday afternoon, Monday night, overnight into Tuesday morning. This will unfortunately impact the cleanup efforts. It's a race against time, because looking at a very very stormy setup with the enhanced risk dipping all the way down to San Angelo, about 80% of the big country with numerous severe storms anticipated. The rest in a yellow grid, which means a slight risk. That means scattered severe storms and the same concerns that we've been listing for days. It seems like large hail, damaging winds, isolated tornadoes, and flash flooding. We'll be walking you through that as we get closer to Monday. But right now, doesn't look good for Monday night into Tuesday morning.
All right, thank you, Sam, and appreciate your team covering all of this for us. And it's really interesting, as Sam was talking about, the cleanup. You can get the limbs out, you can get rid of whatever debris is there, but the damage to the roofs is a real problem with more rain coming, because maybe a lot of the inside of the house could be saved and not wasn't damaged that much. But you've got to protect it from the rain, so I know we'll be seeing a lot of tarps going up on these houses today and through the weekend, trying to beat that next round of rain coming in.
I think we're going to go back to that drone video just because it is such amazing video to see kind of an overview of all the damage through this area. Now, we really have been in contact with police, and they are encouraging people to just stay away from the damaged areas because, as Bob was saying earlier, there are power lines down. AEP is working to fix those areas, but it's so dangerous. You don't know what's out there or what could be out there. So they are just asking people to stay away from that area. And I think the post is what, South 7th and Pioneer, if you do want to volunteer.
Right, South 7th and Pioneer is what they're calling the staging area. That's where Nathan was. And so that's where they want you to meet. They need to keep a list of everybody. They don't want anybody just wandering into this area. It's got to be organized. And that's why that staging area right across the street from Pioneer Drive Baptist Church is the best location for them right now. And there's one of those roofs that I was talking about. There's no telling what is savable inside that house, but without the roof and more rain coming, that's going to be damaged. The house right next to it, just part of the roof is damaged, but that water could dump into that. Looks like those are the duplexes there, just north of Pioneer Drive Church. And so this is looking to the northeast, so downtown Abilene would be off to your right just a little bit at the top of your screen. And downtown Abilene was not hit. It is interesting when you follow this track, it looks like a tornado did the damage.
It does.
And Victor just talked to the lady who described seeing the tornado, and we've had several other reports of that. But until they actually survey it, the National Weather Service won't call it a tornado. But it looks more like that than straight line wind just from what it is, but we'll let the experts make that determination. Actually, right now we might talk about the repair process and things to look out for. Insurance company inspectors will be coming in and finding out what's going on. But you know that roofers are going to be coming into town, carpenters to rebuild your house. You just have to be real careful, and you can see that damage continuing there. We appreciate that viewer who provided us that drone video over the area. It gives you that view, the overview, plus what our folks have been seeing on the ground. And
we have some more video from the Alameda area, and of course, a lot of what I'm seeing, especially on social media, and myself included, is some people actually slept through this and didn't even know it was happening. Of course, Abilene doesn't have tornado sirens, but Dias does. So I think some people in the Alameda area may have heard the Dias sirens. If they did hear any, so that's a possibility, but we're seeing a bunch of windows knocked out. The U-Haul place over there off of South 7th, I think some of their trailers have been damaged as well. Kent Beck Motors also had some damage as well. But Bob, like you said, the city really has responded to this. They've practiced for it. Never think it's going to happen, but man, I'm proud of our city, the way they're reacting to this.
Yes, really fascinating that the plan is being put into place when they have to use it. This is right behind Reagan Elementary School. It was not attached to the main building of the school. Looks like one of their outlying buildings there, mobile classroom, and heavy damage to that particular area. Of course, school is almost out for the summer, but it has another week to go, so it'll be interesting to see how Reagan handles that for the elementary school youngsters who attend that.
And this is also another push for our BCH2Go mobile app. The weather team has been working all night to send out those alerts. So if you download the BCH2Go mobile app, it's right here on your phone. You can download it, get those alerts. You can also send us your storm damage pictures to news@ktab.tv or send them to our Facebook page so we can get those up, and even come out there to the area where you're affected at to maybe get some video and to share those stories.
And often, as we've described, power is out, and that means that the electricity in your house is not working, so you won't be able to watch KTAB. But you have keep your phone charged. First of all,
that's the problem. I have that problem. I don't ever charge mine.
Well, mine is running down to 0 right now too. This is more video taken earlier this morning of all the damage. You can just see how trees are strewn, roofs are blown over, and as Victor showed just a little while ago with Isaiah, some of the roofing material is actually on the side of the telephone post. It just got whipped in there.
And I have to give an applause to our weather authority team. Man, Sam even ran out of batteries. He was going so long today. Him and Zach, and of course, and Clemente obviously is out working with his parents right now. His parents' home so we're
right.
We are.
Yeah, and we talked to the Abilene Police Department, Lieutenant Scott Hill, a little bit earlier about how the police are organized to put all this together and what the police department is seeing.
We'd like to encourage any residents that live in the area, anybody that wants to come out and sightsee, please stay out of the area.
And they just have to be organized. They don't want looting, for one thing, but other people, you can certainly get hurt in a situation like that. In fact, during Victor's live shot there, we saw a roof look like it kind of collapsed. I don't know whether they were tearing it down or it just fell, but it is a dangerous situation.
It is. All right, Sam, what do you got for us?
Okay, we just have one little sliver of strong thunderstorms down from Brady up to the end of Mills County, and this is all moving northeast. So if you are in Goldthwaite or Mills County, this may be affecting you. Also, the eastern and southern portions of Brown County and Comanche County. We're watching this one little sliver of strong thunderstorms. Other than that, I think we are home free for the rest of the afternoon. However, we still have this tornado watch in effect for these 4 counties until 5 o'clock, so we'll be here monitoring things and making sure you're taken care of for the rest of the afternoon until everything settles down, at least for a day.
All right, thank you, Sam. And wow, Bob, you know, we always talk about the big hearts in the big country, but really in a time like this, we're seeing it. Businesses, people coming together, and I think you have an update for another business that's helping
Well,
out.
we just heard that Texas Roadhouse is partnering with the Salvation Army to feed those volunteers and the people displaced by the storm, as well as G.V. Daniels Recreation Center could be set up as a location by the city. That has not been confirmed yet, but that is kind of their plan. And we leave you with these drone pictures of a really severe storm, probably a tornado, which tore through West Abilene at about 5:30 or 5:45 this morning.
And as always, check bigcountryhomepage.com for all the latest updates, and we'll keep you posted.
And we'll have complete coverage, of course, complete wrap-up today on KTAB News at 6 and KTAB News at 10. For Sam and Stacy and our entire crew, we thank you for joining us. Have a good day.